Hey guys, welcome to another video. So in this video we are going to discuss about the inside daily current affairs plus PIB summary for the 21 September. So let's start this. So this is related to the first topic is GS2 is a National Snake Bite Awareness Summit, and it's a GS3. What is IPO grey market, 5G technology, sea snot outbreak under Turkey, NCBRB data on the offense against the states, Arakan Rohingya Salvation Army and the Rohingya crisis. Facts for the prelims: Sea cucumber. So first is National Snake Bite Awareness Summit. So it's a topic covered is an issue related to the health. So context: National Snake Bite Awareness Summit was recently organized a virtual mode by the Integrated Health and Wellbeing Council, New Delhi. The summit was held on the eve of the National Snake Bite Awareness Day, observed on the 19th September every year. What's the issue? India is registering an alarming number of the deaths due to the snake bite. Most of the deaths are preventable with the great awareness and accessible healthcare. There is no mechanism the management in the peripheral system to track the snake bites. Doctors and paramedical staff need to learn the snake bite management, but there are no modules. What needs to be done? Establishment of the dialysis center attached to the PHC to offer the immediate treatment to those with the renal failure due to the snake bite. Like we have to establish the dialysis centers with the PHC center, public healthcare centers, to offer the immediate treatment to those renal failure due to the snake bites. Region specified treatment protocol to treat the snake bite victims and to administer the anti-venom injections when required. Besides, we need to include the tribal healers who have knowledge of the traditional medicines and the medicinal plants, because this is related to Ayurveda. Snakebite should be notifiable disease, and the industry can bring in the easy solution, but we need help from the policy makers in doing that. Need more localized survey as preventing the snake bite will bring the equity. Most affected people include the children working. Snakebite cases in India in 20 years period from the 2000 to 2019, the country recorded 1.2 million snakebite deaths with an average of 58,000 deaths every year. That's quite a big number. As much as 97% of these deaths happened in the villages. More than half of the dead were men in the most productive years. That's not good for our healthcare system. Like our healthcare system is not as good. What is IPO grey market? There are a few articles recently mentioned about the grey market. Traders are interested in the grey market stocks because it can be way of taking the advantage of movement in the company's share prices before it has actually listed. Like what is IPO grey market? We need to understand about that. What is IPO grey market? So there's a lot of advantage of the taking the grey market stocks. That's why traders are more interested in this. Like an activity is usually taken as an indicator for the direction of the stock price. Will take one it has listed. The pre-market price can be used to gauge the demand for those shares. What is IPO grey market? Generally, when the companies wish to raise the fund to fuel their growth, they sell a part of their stock on the stock market. Like when the company want to raise the funds for the growth, they sell a part of the stock into the share market. That's why the shares are float in the market, and the process is called initial public offer. It's IPO. Yeah, it's a very common word you have heard in your daily life. It's IPO. But an IPO grey market is an official market where the IPO shares of the application are bought and sold before they become available for trading on the stock market. Like in the grey market, like in the grey market, stocks are available privately without trade into the public market. So this is a grey IPO market. It also termed as parallel market or the over-the-counter market, like over-the-counter bonds, like two persons A and B done a contract to sale or purchase of shares. So it's a over-the-counter market. Is it legal? Since it's unofficial, inevitable, there are no regulation that govern it. SEBI, stock exchange brokers have no part on play in it. Transactions are undertaken in the cash on one-to-one basis. Like transactions are undertaken in the one-to-one basis. So what is COSTEC rate? It relates to the IPO applications. The rate at which investor buy an IPO application before the listing is termed as is a COSTEC rate. Like the rate at which investor buy an IPO application before the listing is termed as COSTEC rate. Why do the investors trade in the grey market? It's an excellent opportunity for the investors to purchase a company's stakes or the shares even before they are listed. Like they feel that the company's stocks will increase in value. Like they can purchase shares before listing. So this is something called grey market. If an investor has missed the deadline for the IPO applications or wishes to buy the more shares, then they can approach the IPO grey market. Like if any investors miss the deadline for the IPO, like he want to subscribe for the IPO but he forgot by some reason, so they wish to buy the more shares, then they can approach the IPO grey market. Like this is the unofficial market, there's no regulations behind this and there's no controlling authority for it. So what is in it for the companies? Like for the companies, the grey market is a great way to know how the demand for their shares in and how the companies might perform once it listed. Like you said, there's a lot of the legal requirements when a company go for the IPO. So by the grey market, company can easily identify the demand for their shares and the growth prospects of their shares. Apart from that, the IPO grey market could be used to gauge how company's stock will perform once it's listed. Like apart from that, the IPO grey market also used to gauge how the company's stock will perform once it is listed. Like grey market, great way to know how demand for their shares. And IPO grey market used to gauge the how company stock will perform. So IPO grey market is an unofficial market that performs outside SEBI's preview. There are no guarantees. All transactions are undertaken on the basis of trust and carry counter risk. There is a little legal recourse available to the parties in the stock tanks. Discuss the concerns associated with the grey market. Like what are the concerns here? So these all are the concerns. So this is the concern. Next is the 5G technology. Vodafone Idea claimed to have achieved the peak 5G data speed of 3.7 Gbps. It's a 3.7 GB per second on the wave spectrum band in the recent test conducted in the Pune, Maharashtra. Peak download speed of up to 1.5 GB in the 3.5 GHz band 5G trial network in the Gandhinagar and Pune. So what is a 5G? 5G is the next generation of mobile broadband that will eventually replace the least augmented 4G LTE connections. Features and benefit of 5G technologies: operate in the millimeter wave spectrum, which have the advantage of sending a large amount of data at a very high speed. Operate in the three bands, namely low, mid and high frequency spectrums. Reduce the latency, will support the new application that leverage the power of 5G, Internet of Things and artificial intelligence. So it's increase the capacity on the 5G network that minimize the impact of load spikes like that have to take place during the sporting events or the news events. So this is something like that. This is the complete journey of the networks. First is IG, is the analog voice, human to human earlier on the mobile phones. Next 2G, digital voice, low speed data, voice and some text. Third is mobile broadband, high speed data internet access. 4G, faster and better 3G, IP address, IP based network, high speed internet, streaming, apps. 5G, interconnected devices, sensor and system for the consumer, government and businesses. Significance of technologies. India's National Digital Communication Policy 2018 highlight the importance of 5G when it states the convergence of the clusters of the revolutionary technologies, including the 5G, cloud, Internet of Things, and data analytics, along with the growing startups community, promise to accelerate and deepen its digital engagement, opening up the new horizon of the opportunity. Sorry. Yeah, here we are. So, what are the potential health risks from the 5G? To date and after the much research performed, no adverse health effects have been closely linked with the exposure to wireless technology. Tissue heating is a main mechanism of the interaction between the radio frequency fields and the human body. Radio frequency exposure level from the current technology result in negligible temperature rise in the human body. As the frequency increases, there is a less penetration into the body tissues, and the absorption of the energy becomes a more confined to the surface of body, skin and eye. Provided that the overall exposure remains below the international guideline, no consequence for the public health. What are the international exposure guidelines? Yeah, this one is important. Two international bodies guideline on electromagnetic fields. Many countries currently adhere means follow to the guideline recommended by the International Commission on the Non-Ionizing Radiation Protection and Institute of Electronics Engineer through the International Committee on Electromagnetic Safety. These guidelines are not technology specific. They cover the radio frequency up to the 300 GHz, including the frequency under discussion for 5G. International efforts or international electromagnetic fields. WHO established the International Electronic Field Project in the 1996. The project investigated the health impact of the exposure to the electric and magnetic field in the frequency range 0 to 300 GHz and advised the national authorities on the EMG radiation protections. Next one is cease node outbreak in the Turkey. Conversation and the pollution related issues. The sea nodes that dominated the landlocked Marmara Sea earlier this year now were to seen on the surface nowadays. But its fallout appears to be bigger than the experts initially hoped. Impact of the sea node. Overall, 60% of the species have already disappeared. The layers have shrunk and are beginning to decompose. The decomposition consumes the oxygen in water, which turns to promote the formation of a new marine mucilage. In the October, the conditions will particularly favorable for a new spread. Therefore, the sludge may be invisible on the surface again in November. The slime could be spread to the Black Sea and the Aegean and may cause a Religion ecological crisis. Background: Turkey's Sea of the Marmara that connects the Black Sea to the Aegean Sea has witnessed the largest outbreak of the sea snots. The sludge has been spotted in the Black Sea and Aegean Sea. What is sea snot? It's a slimy layer of the grey or the green sludge. Like this one is a sea snot. This one is a sea snot. Like the greenish water. That one is a sea snot. Is a streamy layer of the grey and green sludge which can be cause a considerable damage to the marine ecosystem. It is formed when the algae are overloaded with the nutrition. Sea snots outbreak the first recorded in country in 2007, and because of the warm weather caused by the global warming, water pollution, uncontrolled dumping of the housing and industrial waste in the sea. What are the impact? Spread through the sea south of the Istanbul. Also blanketed the harbors and shorelines. It's posing to serve the threats to marine ecosystem of the country and cause the mass deaths among the fish populations. If unchecked, it can collapse the bottom and cover the sea floor. Over a period of time, it can end up the poison all aquatic life. Besides the aquatic life, sea snout's outbreak has also affected the livelihoods of fishermen. It can also cause an outbreak of the waterborne disease, as chlorella in the cities. Steps taken by the Turkey to contain its spread. Turkey has decided to declare the entire Sea of the Marmara as a protected area. Steps are being taken to reduce the pollution and improve the treatment of wastewater. A disaster management plan is being prepared. NCRB data on offence against the states. As per the latest data released by the NCRB, Manipur, Assam, Uttar Pradesh recorded the highest number of the cases under the offence against the states. There are the decline in the overall number of the cases registered in the 2020 against the 2019. Out of the mostly these cases registered under the Prevention of Damage to Public Property or the UAPA Act. It's a modern it's a modern culture tada. UAPA. Manipur, Assam, Karnataka, Uttar Pradesh recorded the highest number of the sedition cases in 2020. Among the Union Territory, Delhi recorded the 5 sedition cases. What are the offences against the states? Include the case books under the Sedition, Unlawful Activity Prevention Act, Official Secret Acts, Damage to Public Property, Imputations, Assertions prejudicial to the national integrations. So, what is sedition? Section 24A of the IPC states that by the words, either spoken or the written, sign or visible interaction, bring an attempt to bring into hatred or the contempt or excites or attempt to excite the dissatisfaction toward the government established by the law. It's the biggest example of CAA. To which fine may be added and the imprisonment may be extended to 3 years, which fine may be added also. Need for the proper definition. The sedition law has been controversy for too long, and the governments are criticized for using the law and section 142 of the Indian Penal Code against the vocal critics of their politics. The section is seen as restriction of individual freedom of expression, falls short of the provisions for the reasonable restrictions. The law has been debated. The law has been debated since brought into force by colonial British rulers in the 1860s. Several top freedom movement leaders, including Mahatma Gandhi and Nehru, booked under this sedition law. Mahatma Gandhi described it as a prince among the political section of the Indian Penal Code. Nehru had described it as highly objectionable and the obnoxious, should have no place in anybody's law. Relevant Supreme Court judgments of this: Kedarnath Singh versus State of Bihar case and Balwant Singh versus State of Punjab case. Sedition nations. Like there's a lot of the cases in Jammu and Kashmir, Punjab, Haryana and Delhi, Ladakh, Meghalaya. So these are all the cases in the state-wise. So it's a very important topic, very. Next in Akran Rohingya Salvation Army or the Rohingya crisis. Indian security agencies have reported that the Arakan Rohingya Salvation Army, its functioning might have taken the refugees in the country. ARSA, formerly known as Haralak Faith Movement, is currently active on the Rohingya residents in Myanmar and Bangladesh. It claims that it's fighting for the rights in Rohingya population in Myanmar, which denied by the government. So what's the issue? The United Nations have described the Rohingya as the most persecuted minority in the world due to the systematic discrimination they face. A tide of the displaced peoples are seeking refuge in the neither countries since the 2070s as they fled the Myanmar with the horrifying claimings of gang rape, torture, murder at the hands of Myanmar security forces. So who are the Rohingya Muslims? They are the ethnic group, mostly Muslims. They were not granted the full citizenship by Myanmar. They are basically stateless Indo-Aryan ethnic group who resides in the Rakhine States, Myanmar. They are estimated 1 million Rohingya living in the Myanmar before the 1617 crisis. An estimate 6,25,000 refugees from the Myanmar has crossed the border into Bangladesh since the August 17. Described by the UN Secretary General Ontino Guterres as one of, if not most, discriminated people in the world, protective available to a Rohingya under the International Convention, the 1951 Refugee Convention, and its 1967 Protocol. They define the term refugees and outline the right of the refugees as well as the legal obligation of states to protect them. There's a core principle is non-refoulement, which asserts to that the refugees should not be returned to the country. They face a serious threat to their life or the freedom. Concerns now is that Bangladesh is not a signatory to this convention. International Convention on the Civil and Political Rights. Even though the refugees are the foreigners in the country of asylum, by virtue of Article 2 of IPCCR 1966, they could enjoy the same fundamental right as the freedom as nationals, the right to equality before the law and the equal protection of law and non-discrimination. Facts for prelims. Sea cucumber. In the India treated as an endangered species listed in the Schedule 1 of Wildlife Protection Act. They are the marine invertebrates that live in the seafloor found generally in the tropical region. And they are integral part of the coral ecosystem as one of the main byproduct sea customers of land. They act like the garbage collector of the ocean world and recycle the nutrients, playing an important role in keeping the coral reef in the good conditions. Sea cucumber are highly demanded in China and Southeast China, primarily smuggled from Tamil Nadu to Sri Lanka in fishing vessels from the Ramanathapuram and the Tuticorin districts. So this is something like that. So this is all for the today's video. Let's meet at the next video.